What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Miles World Podcast, and today we're going to be talking 49ers football, specifically about Trey Lance reportedly being annoyed when Jimmy G first came back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and break this down so people understand, because the Niner fans are all over me. Yo, G, is this bad? Is this something that is going to really affect his morale? Can we expect Trey Lance to still perform the same way without having the stress? I'm going to put it like this to you guys, right? If you have somebody at your job that's just waiting and it's visible that if you make a mistake, they're going to take your job, it's going to make you uneasy. It's a natural human feeling. A lot of you guys act like, your job is not as important. Many of you guys support your families. You guys go out there, you're breadwinners. It's the same exact thing. If there's a guy that's just sitting there with a SpongeBob mustache on with the price tag on it, waiting to take your job, that's going to affect you. You're going to be a little nervous because you don't know, unless you own the company, you don't really know what a company is willing to do, right? So let's say, for instance, right now, the Shanahans, they believe in Trey Lance, right? Let's say for whatever reason he has a bad stretch, all right? The Niners are primed in some betting sites to actually be, up there in the division, right? They're right there. They're looking like 11-6 type thing. They're gonna want that, all right? When you're looking at the fact that Kyle is supposed to be, Kyle Shanahan is supposed to be like this offensive genius, although we saw what happened with the Falcons. I do blame, Matty Ice for that Super Bowl relapse, but you have to understand, when you're dealing with a guy that considers himself a genius and an offensive genius, he's gonna want results. So I know that this seems to be drama and stuff like that, but it's a natural thing. Now, do I believe that it's true? I don't know about him just outright saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because there were other reports that he viewed him as a big brother. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's sort of kind of mixed emotions, because Trey Lance was like, yo, having him back, he's like a big brother in the room, all that stuff. So I don't really know if, we're just going based on people's speculation, but it's understandable. Because in any situation, look at what happened with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. Everybody knew that, Carson Wentz was on that historic MVP season thing when they won the Super Bowl. Then he got hurt, right? And everybody felt safe because they had Nick Foles. They even built a shrine to Nick Foles. When you have somebody that's a backup that gets that kind of love, and I'm not saying that Garoppolo gets that kind of love, but you got to remember, guys, he did take him to a Super Bowl. He played horrifically, but he did take him to a Super Bowl. So it depends on how they want to work it. I have to be totally honest about it, though. I don't think this is going to affect Trey Lance's play unless he makes it, something that he keeps in his psyche type thing. You know what I'm saying? People can start rumors, but if you yourself start believing it, that's when you lost. You've already lost, bro. Once you start believing what other people are running their mouth about, you're pretty much done. You have to be able to go out there and know, look, this is what I'm doing, this is how it's going to work, and I'm just going to do me. But he is a young quarterback, and he didn't really look too good, when we seen him a few times last year. So we have to kind of we got to take our time with this. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that you just go out there and automatically you're ready to go type thing. You know what I'm saying? People have to understand it's a growth. The NFL, although they've literally made it more safe, it's still a very, very violent sport. One wrong hit, one missed block, like they always do on the Niners, and this guy's going to be out like a light. Okay, so these are the type of things that you guys have to worry about. Now, as far as the team aspect, right, just think about it like this. The Shanahans are in good position because now you're playing with a full deck. If for whatever reason Trey Lance doesn't work out, Garoppolo understands his role, and he can step right in and keep your Niners going. Okay, he can actually keep your Niners moving along the same type of, championship run type situation, because they have the potential to actually go and win. Defensively, they're stout. Nick Bosa's a savage. There's a few other players over there that's going to, the middle linebacker. There's a lot going on there where they can make plays. The corners are pretty solid. Offensively, they just got to make plays. They got one of the best tight ends in the league, in George Kittle. They just have to make plays. Deebo Samuel's back. I don't know how they're going to use him, but regardless, with the money they paid him, he better be ready to get used like a running back, a tight end, a head coach, the vendor up in the goddamn stands. He better be ready to do a lot, because like I said, I don't have a problem with people getting their money, but when you get your money, it's now back to the team. So all those complaints and everything like that, you know what you signed up for. You know what made them successful. You know how it's going to rock. All right. So what Trey Lance, if I'm Trey Lance's friend or his brother or any type of, insight for him, I'm going to tell him right now, yo, Trey, you're that dude, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And the Niner fans should support Trey Lance, because if he's annoyed, that just means that he's that good. He feels he's that good and he has that ego where it's like, yo, look, listen, I don't need a backup. You know what? You feel invincible. You're a young quarterback for the 49ers, bruh, a historic franchise. You fans got to support this man. You got to tell him like, yo, Trey, in those bad games, yo, you got this. Remember, Lamar Jackson was booed in that playoff game. You see what I'm saying? They never put Joe Flacco in. He went on to win the MVP in more playoff games. Understand, it may be a growth situation where you got to deal with some of the things that's going to come up. But I actually like this, because if you're one of those guys, it's like you can look at it two ways, right? You can say, yeah, I welcome it, dude. Like, bro, no, I don't want this guy here. You don't say like, get this guy out of here. He could go and go play someplace else, and I'm good. Bring in another bum as a backup. Remember, and before you guys judge Trey Lance, remember, Tom Brady allegedly went to the owner, Robert Kraft, and said, yo, you got to get this guy Garoppolo out of here. Like, Bill Belichick is in love with this dude during practice, and it's making me sick. So even the GOAT didn't want a guy that can possibly just be sitting in the wings waiting to take his job. So this is natural stuff, okay? So don't make it seem like, oh, he's selfish. No. If you want to be great, you have to have some type of selfishness to you. And I like this, bro. And if you're a Niner fan, you better like it too. Because this guy has a lot of confidence. We just got to see it on the field now. Okay? We got to see him go out there and actually make these plays and see that he can be the guy that everybody's saying he can be and what he's been doing in the preseason. As far as Garoppolo goes, the restructuring and everything about his deal, showed he wanted to stay with the Niners. And I understand that situation, because if you can find a way to stay home and be comfortable and know that you're good, I understand his situation. Do I think that they should have gotten rid of him? They probably should have, because there was a lot of talk that he wasn't going to be there. So I would just say, you know what? If you're telling me he's not going to be there, I'm the type of dude like, yo, you tell me you're going to do something, just do it. You know what I'm saying? No Nike, though. Just do it, because if you do it, I'm good. I don't got nothing to worry about. Like, all right, cool. We made a deal. That's what we're doing. We're done, right? But they still kept him. So it's like, all right, this is how we moving right now. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to feel about it. I would much rather him be gone. Let me know how you guys feel about it, Niner fans. I just want to know that the team believes in what they told me during the preseason, all the hype and everything like that. And the way that you show somebody is with actions, not with this type of situation where you actually bring them back. And it's like, yo, what's up? I'm back, bro. Daddy's home. You know what I'm saying? No Mark Wahlberg, no. Like, listen. Either way, I think the Niners are a solid football team, and I fully expect them to get to the playoffs and possibly go, championship game, maybe Super Bowl? What are we thinking, Niner fans? Let me know. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love, y'all.